And of course, you're welcome. It's a good morning for us to be here. It's a Friday morning. It's the last day of the working week, and you are welcome to Prime Morning. My name is Jay Foley. It's good to know that you are also sitting back, relaxed, or probably in bed, TV on, cup of coffee next to you, or if you're married, your partner next to you, or maybe you're just single in bed as well. But anyway, it's a Friday, and that means that, well, today is the beginning of the weekend, and you know how the weekend gets, right? Well, even to make it better, if you're in Accra, the rains have actually cooled the weather down. So this morning, hey, if you're also going to be driving in town, careful because we've got wet roads and it's always important to stay alive. And if you're going via commercial, or public transport as well, please be careful. Don't forget, put your nose mask on as you get into public. Very, very important. Now, talking nose mask. Now, today on the show, there's a special focus on nose masks. So, well, it did start out as a means of protecting ourselves against each other with regards to the global pandemic coronavirus. However, fashion designers have decided to take this to the next level. Now, we'll be looking at a live production of nose mask on set today. How about that? Well, and we'll see what fashion designers have decided to add on to the nose mask to make you look extremely handsome, beautiful, and more confident when you're walking in town, still covered and being protected. So this morning, our guest will be joining us on the show to have an amazing production session on how some of these nose masks are produced right here on Prime Morning. And still, it being Friday, this means that it's also more entertainment. I've got guests joining me later on. Susie Kasim, okay, from Susie Kasim. Now, Susie says, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Now, I repeat, she says, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Yes, so if you, I think it's self-explanatory and straight to the point. Doubt killing more dreams of people than even failure will. How about you even starting and knowing that you tried and you failed, than not even starting entirely and failing at that? So yes, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Also, don't forget the show is probably going out to Sir Art. Well, Sir Art Designs has got amazing deals for you. So Sir Art styles us on the show every single morning, and if you love those African wear that we've been putting on, well, guess what? You can place an order for yourself for as low as 100 Ghana cedis, okay? For a shirt or even a whole kaftan full gear for just 200 Ghana cedis. Well, I'll give you the number to call Sir Art on later on in the show. Well, taking a quick break, but before we do that, we've got Shake Up coming up and time for us to keep fit with Jamal. Don't go away.
Good morning, lovely viewers. We're here again, my team and I. We're here to give you the shake up. It's all about the shake up, the morning workout. So you ready? My team are ready. 1, we go 2, good, 3, side, 4, nice one, 5, 6, let's go, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good, very good. Okay, so now let's go. We go 1, let's go, change to the side, 2, we go 3, very good, 4, let's go, 5, 6, very good, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's go, give me 10 more, go, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now watch. Let's go. Open. We go. Let's go. Go. Keep going. Okay. Start counting. 1. Let's go. Go. 2. We go. 3. Let's go. 4. Good. 5. Let's go. 6. 7. Let's go. 7. Go. 8. 9. 10, let's go, give me 10 more, go, 10 more, 1, let's go, 2, let's go, 3, 4, nice one, 5, 6, go, 7, let's go, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good, 10, now pick it up, let's go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go, face this side, let's go, go. Keep going, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go, go. Give me 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good, let's go, let's go, let's go. We have 2 more, let's go, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go, 6. Go, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Very good. Stretch. Stretch. 10 seconds rest. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Stretch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it up. Let's go. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, change. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. All right, up, up, up. Okay, let's go. Stretch up. Yeah, let's go. Up. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Take it same way. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, change. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Let's go. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Very good. Let's go. Go. Side. Let's go side. Side. Now we go with the waist. Let's go. 1, 2. We go. 3. We go. 4. Okay, change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Okay. Thank you for watching. Catch you same time tomorrow. It's all about a shakeout. Stay safe.
And all right, he was giving us some wonderful shake-up, and I like the way he signs out. It's all about the shake-up. So every single morning, make sure you tune in at this particular time and catch Jamal and team as they keep fit, and you out there can also keep fit. I was just watching a few photos of me
hundred from 2,317 to 2,412. At a stand, there have been 34 deaths due to the coronavirus and total of 250,890 tests for COVID-19. Now, still staying on COVID-19. at the Shaman police station have tested positive for COVID-19. The 11 affected have been moved to isolation centers and begun treatment. Now, guess who is also in the news? Tracy Success expresses frustration at Success out of the country for past 6 months. She further lamented on the government's inability to lift Ghanaians stranded in the other countries. Now that's her tweet up on your screens. I mean, we are all frustrated. And that is Eno Baroni. Now, Ghanaian rapper Eno Baroni has revealed that she couldn't.
But did you have any?
When the insults started coming, I'm like this when I'm behind cameras or microphone, but I'm a very shy person, so I wasn't going on red carpets like when you come for interviews. So why
No
would you?
no woman wants to be body shamed, Jay. I mean, I've tried so many things, you have no idea.
That I think
You have nothing to lose.
Eno Baroni is a beautiful girl.
Absolutely.
She has an amazing shape, and I think, of course, like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, I mean, if somebody doesn't like the way she looks, trust me, there's somebody else in the world out there who's just dying to have Eno Baroni.
I really don't know how we got here, because it's necessary that we talk about good health, keeping fit, but not shaming, you know. And it's so talented. Why are we not talking about that for everybody? Anyway, next up on our story, Shatta Wale reveals that he's fired the militants. Now, Shatta Wale has revealed that he had parted ways with SM militant members Adif Self, Natalie joined 77 and Captain in January. He made this revelation during a Facebook Live where he claimed Adif Self was leading the group against him. We've got a video.
You see, at the self, Natalie, joined 77. I sacked them. I shot it before January. Or in the middle of January or something. Long time. That's when I give them a pass. Right? They did the group pages inside. Then they put some nonsense songs inside like it did me I write for them. And I don't want that dent to be on me. I don't want that image. Because the kind of things that they tell them say, hey, at the self, you sha. Joint, you sha. Hey, Natalie, you sha. Captain, you sha. Make you people do song. Make the fans feel proud of you. At least, people go get some of the fans. Make them to support your music. They need to go get money for top. Boys, say them.
Do you have to actually register and
to join the Shatta?
Yes.
Well, so I think one of the problems that a lot of artists face is loyalty with their team members, and it's just, it's very easy for you being a team member to be tempted, you know, to say something, do something, take something when things aren't going your way, you know. And that's the nature of the business, and that's how come music groups don't last, because everybody has got a certain direction that he or she wants to take. And then,
so he was the leader of the SM
well, Shatta has always been the king of the Shatta movement family, and unfortunately his combatants keep falling out day in, day out. So we probably would investigate and find out what's been happening in the
able to bring people back together, no matter how
equally as a good leader, you should learn to sack them.
Oh yeah, that's true. Thanks for the reminder. Anyway, next up in our story is 70 Ghana Bougie Mashke sparks conversation on Ghana Twitter. Now, Ghana Twitter has reacted to a post by Ghanaian foodie content creator Zubada. This is after she posted a bougie kinky on her Twitter handle priced at 70 Ghana cedis. Now, this led to various reactions from Ghanaians who were shocked at the price. But looking at this video, it should even cost 100 Ghana cedis.
70 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
So what's mash kinky?
Yes.
Wow.
Dokuno.
Well, I don't think it's a bad idea. Well, she can sell it for 70 Ghana cedis if she adds value to it, right?
Absolutely. That's
Yeah,
right. I actually like what I'm seeing, and if it's going for 100 cedis, it's not a problem. Anyway, so next took over the streets all over the U.S., including Minneapolis, Memphis, and Los Angeles. The protesters were requesting for justice for George Floyd, who lost his life after a white policeman held his neck with his knee. Now, the protesters clashed with police, looted inside stores, taking products away from these stores. Now, clearly, we cannot be so.
Because would you believe that the police officer and George worked in the same place, restaurant, for 17 years?
Oh, so
they
knew him
each
before?
other. Yes, they knew each other very, very well. So it was actually a deliberate thing that the police officer did, and I think it's just really sad. And that's what has sparked all this, riots across Minneapolis as well.
But I agree, so that we put it under control. We don't have to be looting stores and also destroying lives because we want to make our displeasure known. I mean, that's all for What's Trending, and it's been a pleasure serving you with What's Trending. Usually not my style, but I'm glad that you enjoyed it. We're going off for sports.
Well, clearly we are not in ordinary times, and that's why these not ordinary times call for us to do not ordinary things, like for bringing What's Trending. And I'm doing the sports this morning as well. Now, our very first story. So now GFA President Keko Kweku has paid courtesy call on the Education Minister. Now, the two bodies actually had a meeting, and Matthew Opoku Prempeh had asked the GFA to submit a proposal on how the two bodies can effectively collaborate to make football part of the educational system in the country. Now, this follows a courtesy call on the minister by the president of GFA, and Mr. Prempeh also was excited by the approach by GFA and the visit, and asked them to soon possibly submit.
112, we are safe.
No training, no amount of preparation can get any professional ready for this kind of pandemic.
We feel safe because you know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
I want to say thank you to the first responders and the ambulance crew rushing to situations unknown.
The call center operatives who stay on the other end of the phone lines 24/7. Thank you.
To cleaners at the hospitals and in isolation centers. Today, your job is more dangerous than ever. Thank you, Akbenami.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, Mom. Mom.
Okay, no problems. I'll do it now. Check.
Are you sure?
Yes, so. And I also paid for your cable, and I'm sending you credit for this long call you're making right now.
Thank you, my son. God bless you.
All right, Mama. I love you so much. Yeah? I'll speak to you later.
When you drop, everybody know they tired. All of the girls go do anything for my love. All of the boys go do anything for the money. Then they dance to my music and they show me.
Welcome back to Prime Morning. We are live on Joy Prime, and I've been joined by Daniel. Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Hi, MFA. How are you doing?
Very well. Can I see your lens without your lenses?
You want to see me without my lenses?
Yes.
Yeah, but what kind of examination are you giving me this morning?
I'm learning to be a
doctor. What's MFA? If I knew this, I wouldn't have come to it.
Can you see me?
You see, you're doing nothing to me.
Anyway, so let's say thank you to Susie Herbal Center. They are the producers of CV Med Capsule. You don't need it for your eyes, actually, but you need it if you're having challenges with your urine flow, and if you're a woman and you're having challenges with discharge, itches, menstrual pain. Yesterday was World Menstrual Hygiene Day, and so if you're having challenges with your menses, maybe you should try a CB Women Capsule, or something that is universal. CB Soap is for manicure and pedicure. Now, if you want to contact them, kindly call 0247 341 671. 0247 341 671. We're just about updating you with all the news that's making headlines. News flash coming up. Stay with us.
It's now time for us to go into all of the newspapers. We have everything before us, MFA and I. MFA, I just need to say this. Ochina Motuwig. Motuwig.
It happened.
Let me start off with the final newspaper. Voters register compromised. Names of persons who registered with national cards still in it. Abu Ramadan. Interesting fact about Abu Ramadan. Abu Ramadan was the national executive of the PNC. Yes.
I see.
PNC, right? But his thoughts always seem to align with the MPP. He's now an appointee of the MPP, and his sister is Samira Bawumia. 918 receives government scholarship for postgraduate medical training, but that's Ramadan family.
Somebody call it oxymoron.
That Ramadan family, Abu Ramadan is PNC. Well, PNC. His brother is the NDC constituency, NDC candidate for Medina.
Abu.
Is it Medina or Adenta? Adenta. And his sister is, so he is PNC, his brother is NDC, his sister is MPP because she's the second lady.
Yes.
I wonder how family dinner.
I think we should take a camera and follow them one day.
like the Jinapur brothers.
Yes.
Where
Abu Jinapur, yes, and the other is all MPP.
And
really.
all of them end up in the office of the president some way, somehow.
Some way, somehow.
Yeah,
Let's take a camera and follow them one day, really.
It will be an interesting one. Ghana's daily infection rate slightly decreasing. Dr. Bedusa Akodia, ADRA, that's Adventist Relief Agency, supports hospitals combating COVID-19 with items worth 150,000 Ghana cedis.
All right, so quickly in front of the Daily Graphic as well. Now, compilation of voter roll will use legitimate means to stop EC, and this is from the NDC. Still matters on this. I mean, timelines have been set. We're ready to go. First week last week in July, but the NDC is still at it and they said they are going to fight it no matter what. At least Mr. Johnson has used legitimate, but Sami Jemfi would say that they would fight it with the last drop of their blood. Now, also Vice President to launch a scholarship for doctors. Now, also COVID-19 update: mom and baby test negative. This is on page 26. You must have heard earlier that there was a baby and a mother that tested positive. Now, the Daily Graphic is reporting that they have eventually tested negative. Also, BOG releases 5.5 billion Ghana cedis, and it will cushion economy against COVID-19. This is a chunk, the first chunk of the 10 million Ghana cedis emergency fund that they were making available for government. Now they've released the first one, which is 5.5 billion Ghana cedis. Let's see what's happening.
That money was heavily contested by the NDC.
Yes.
Yesterday when it was being approved in Parliament,
yes.
Kezela Tufosin mentioned it. But remember I told you about that webinar that I hosted a couple of days ago. Interestingly, an economist who is a research fellow at ACE, Dr. Charles Aka, even before this controversy came up, he said that the Bank of Ghana printing money or helicopter funding or loaning to government is the best way to go.
Is it?
Yeah, because if we borrow from foreign entities, it means we are going to have to change our currency to dollar to pay back, which will put pressure on the currency. Yeah. Now, when the Bank of Ghana loans money to us, what it means is that there will be inflation. That means that most likely things will cost more in the country.
Initially, the laws were not allowing government to take a loan from BOG. It was amended.
Yes. Actually, that's a Fiscal Responsibility Act.
Right.
But in cases of emergency, like we have now with COVID-19, the Bank of Ghana is allowed to loan money to government.
Okay.
Yes.
So listen, do you know what's happening in the northern region?
In the northern region, tell me.
Yeah. So parents give out teenage girls in marriage, and this is their reason. Some parents think that the school will not be reopened anytime soon, and then taking care of children is extra burden and cost. So they have decided that they're giving the young ones to marry so that they would have some relief. Yeah.
I know this is a controversial thought, but you know Dr. Letitia Pierre of the National Population Council.
Okay.
Her point is that
well,
so she says that let's have a law where we have only 3 or 4 children. Everyone can have only 3 or 4 children.
This is where a topic of family planning will come in. However, in terms of family planning, there's religion factors.
That's why I said it's a controversial
thought. It's a whole controversial thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, the New Weekend Crusading Guide exposed 10 NDC lies against the EC. Dangerous Abuzain behind bars over false alarm. Unity is the only way out. New government chair urges elders in Ghana State. JB Dankwa outlines initiatives to develop Subin. And on the Airbus saga, John Mohammed's name never appeared as government official one officially. That's the MPP Communications Director, Yao Wabing Asamoah. He's the one who went against Abu Ramadan's brother.
Okay.
At Adenta.
Adenta, yeah.
This easy story seems to be making a lot of rounds, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, this morning, I'm bringing my friends in studio, Manasseh Azuri Awuni, who I should say is actually already here, and Philip Osei Bonsu. We are going to talk a bit about these issues. Manasseh has put out an interesting article because he wrote an article in 2016 about this EC matter. And then he wrote another one this year. And now the boys are saying that he contradicted himself. So today he'll come and remove his mouth. No, he will remove his mouth.
Can't remove your mouth beyond the
headlines.
Okay, so Ghanaian Times as well is reporting. The president says that we will build more SHs across the nation. And this is on page 13. Now, teachers won't go back to classroom unless they have asked for a certain type of protection, I should say, or maximum safety of staff and learners in line with COVID-19, and they're saying that they're not going to school unless government is heeding to their request. Now, President also data to 2 universities, and the 2 of them would be the All Nations University College in Koforidua and the other one, Pentecost University College. Now, these universities have become full-fledged, universities, and can also they can also offer full degrees and diplomas in their school.
Congratulations to the schools, especially Pentecost University.
Absolutely.
Of the prestigious Church of Pentecost.
Yeah, no more Duku. Okay.
Yeah, and I pay Chair Apostle Eric Nyamiche, who is the chairman, the prestigious Church of Pentecost.
Pentecost
is a senior man.
All right,
I'll go to the Daily Guide now. Another angle of this EC story, instant cards for voters. It has a smiling picture of Jean Mensa right next to it. Bono East confirms COVID-19 case. You know, the Bono East was one of the only 2 regions that did not have a case. Yeah. But yesterday at the press briefing by the Information Ministry, Dr. Bedusa Akodia, who is head of the Public Health Department, he mentioned that there's a case as the Bono East region. Now, unfortunate. Court strikes out Sam George suit, and Obinim fights 1.6 million Ghana cedi tax as Ken drags him to Yoko. I think,
even after the bill, he hasn't been able to meet the bill, and now he has to deal with tax.
Yeah, and I mean, Ken said he would take him to Yoko. It's I think that the worst words you can mention to Daniel Obinim now is Kennedy Japan.
I know. Nightmare. All right, quickly in front of the Chronicle, police grab Osei-Krom gangsters after terrorizing presidents. Finally, can we just do some pruning? Every day we wake up to robbery and, well, if these 3 people are the most gangsters in Osei-Krom, then they've been grabbed. Have some peace.
I remember my days in tech. There was a time that you can't actually walk in some parts of campus.
Why though?
Because of crime. I was in first year. There was this girl, she was going to register, and she was going through her x-ray. Yeah, it's part of the registration process.
Yes, your first time in school.
Now, there were so many queues at the hospital at the time that she wanted to get there very early, around 4:30 a.m. She was stabbed behind Republic Hall. I'm telling you.
Even on campus?
On campus, behind Republic Hall. At the time, it was not well lit, and it was a bit bushy. So if you are just walking around there, and those of us who were living off campus, especially when we go to our 2nd and our 3rd year. When I was in 3rd year, I went to Ivandi. There's this alley that we use, and almost every time, look, there was even a night that I met a man who had been beaten, and he was bleeding. Yeah, right in front of me. I remember, I'll never forget that night. It was a shocking sight. So I'm not saying that Kumasi it has more crimes than any other part of the country, but I'm saying that I have lived in Kumasi, at least on campus before, and it can be very frightening.
Guess what? So a single lady, this is what I do. I live alone. I live alone, and in my drawer is an...
That's great, that's great, especially since we want to... Yesterday I was listening to one of these candidates speak, and he was saying that the difference between Ghana and South Korea is that 90% of South Korean graduates from basic school, graduates from universities.
Okay.
In Ghana, that is much lower. Ghana, we have a pyramid education system where a very small number of people who graduate from basic school actually get to the university.
Top, yeah.
And perhaps that could be the difference between Ghana and a country like South Korea. So it's very important that we have more universities.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, December 7 elections will happen. John Boydu, I don't know who said it won't. Abu Ramadan backs EC over new voters register, says current register is not legally credible. Asasi Radio to take over the airspace.
Okay, still, yes, there was a story here. It says that 80% of Ghanaian celebrities are paupers, and this is by Mickey Osebeko. What he used,
maceration.
What I don't know the statistics and the data he used, but he's claiming that 80% of Ghanaian celebrities are paupers. Now,
thank God I'm not a celebrity.
Thank God, thank God. Anyway, now I'll keep beefs lyrical, not physical, and this is from Miss V. And Medicalist also says that he won't reply a diss song again. He won't reply a diss song again. That's your part, but we want to tell you that we don't want to be bored. So please do, but keep it civil. That's just about it for the,
The Daily Statesman is my final newspaper. Sam George, a court throws out Sam George's suit against EC with 6,000 Ghana cedi cost. It also has 900 doctors of free postgraduate training. That's been on a number of front pages this morning. And another story that's quite ubiquitous, I should say. Pentecost University, all nations gain autonomy. That's it for me.
Well, so the BNFT is also reporting that retained jobs with 1.5 billion stimulus package, the NBSSI. This has been a topic all week, how monies are being disbursed and how you can even assess the portal. Now, lots of questions have been raised about how the cocoa seller and the watcher seller would also have access to the fund. I asked you yesterday. I'm hoping that you have answers for
me. Do they have TIN numbers is the question?
That is the problem. You need a TIN number. Oh, there's a requirement, huh?
Yeah, one.
And they have to look at your cash flow as well. So sadly, this is why you definitely have to do things right. Now, I was saying that people...
The knife,
yes,
and then the condom.
It's just sad that they will not come and rob you and go. I'm telling you, listen, it's sad that they will not rob you and go freely.
They will have their way with you.
And they want to rape you as well.
No, when they catch them, I think we should appeal. No, let's be serious. Do you think you can appeal to an armed robber who is in the midst of his throes to use protection, MFA? Let's look, get barbed wires, get a good security system, call the police and stop those things.
Okay, I agree then. All right, so let's go for a break. When we come back, there's a lot on the show.
MFA, knife no condom.
Baked with love.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Introducing Cerelac Biscuity, the new baby cereal from Cerelac, with a great new biscuity taste that babies absolutely love. And of course, it's fortified with iron to support babies' healthy growth, just like all the other nutritious Cerelac flavors. Cerelac, big nutrition for small tummies.
Unlock banking with biometrics. Now, you can access the ABSA mobile banking app using your fingerprint or facial recognition. Download today. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Akbenani. That's all we can say.
Prime, Hits FM, and the Multimedia Group Limited says thank you. Ayiko. Yenda masalimu juma pa amoye. Frontliners yama wanamo. We say thank you for the good gratitude. It's a constant reminder to all of those who are making a difference to change the world, a difference to heal the land. We say thank you for the good things you are doing for our nation. We say thank you for the good things you are doing for our nation.
To go beyond the headlines, and like I told MFR earlier during News Flash, today we are being joined by a number of editors, so we discuss some of the main stories that are broken during the week. With us in studio is Manasseh Azuria-Wene of theghanareports.com. Good morning, Manasseh.
Good morning, Daniel.
It's great to have you here, bro.
Great to be with you once again.
Yeah. We'll be joined very shortly by Philip Osei Bonsu and a number of, I see Ishua Adu in the house. I know Ishua will be joining us as well very, very shortly. But Manasseh, let's go straight into one of the biggest stories this week, the Electoral Commission versus the NDC. Or should I call it the NDC versus the NIA and the Electoral Commission?
Well, I think this goes beyond the NDC and the Electoral Commission. If you remember, early this year, you had almost all the civil society groups in this country coming together to release a statement and even held a press conference to oppose the compilation of a new voters register. I am not a member of the NDC, but I think it is not the right thing to do. So if we leave it to the NDC and then the Electoral Commission, it will be as though this is just a political party thing, but there are a lot of people, civil society, generally, is not in favor of what the EC is trying to do.
But isn't it, so I get it, it's bigger than the NDC.
Yes.
Right, but hasn't it become, have we not gone past this argument is what I keep asking myself? Because the repeated insistence by the NDC, which is carrying on the conversation, for this not to happen when the EC seems to have made up its mind, shouldn't we rather now be looking at ways to make the new system better?
Well, the fact that the EC is adamant doesn't mean those who oppose their decision should shut up and then allow them to say whatever they have to. I, since 2016, had issues with the introduction of that argument that the voter register was bloated and they had to be changed and all of that. And it flows from that argument by the MPP. They are so consistent with that argument. If you look at writings of late, they talk about K2 South and all of that. So some of us had issues then. We still have issues now. And it isn't only about the fact that, well, allow it to happen. But you're also raising concerns about the potential difficulties. As I sit here, I've not been able to register for the Ghana card.
Yeah.
During the registration, I had the opportunity to travel to the Oti region and I also traveled to Bolgatanga. And if you go to some of the registration centers, it was like market day. Some people had to come and sleep, and even that not everybody was able to register.
Really?
Yes, people had to move from villages to the centers to sleep so they could register. And not everybody was able to register.
Yesterday, Ras Mubarak was talking about how some communities in his constituency have to cross rivers.
Yes, that's what happens.
Go on a motorbike for like 45 minutes before they get to the registration.
Register, yes. We take things for granted. So I tried a number of times, but looking at the queue, I felt, no, this wasn't the right, at least if they got to the district level, I could go in there and register.
Where they have district offices?
Offices.
Open.
That is yet to start. Granted that I didn't have a passport, and those who have passports in Ghana are a tiny minority.
2 million.
Yes. So all those who don't have passport and those who don't have the national ID card, how are they going to register? Now they say there will be guarantors. Somebody is asking, how many guarantors are prepared to come and queue for so long hours for so many people? We are talking about social distancing in the midst of this COVID. If you are introducing the guarantors, one, you're likely to slow down the process. We are already late. Two, you are also likely to compromise the social distancing regime or regulations or protocols. So at the end of the day, I sincerely believe that the problems are completely not gone. There are issues that need to be dealt with. And so if you're raising concerns, it isn't only about the fact that, well, the EC is that man, so let's keep quiet. But you want them to know. Even this morning on the 6 a.m. news on Joy, I heard Freddie Blue of the MPP saying that there will still be the need for the NIA to go and register more people to allow them to vote. The NDC is also saying same. If we are going by the EC's timetable, we are left with about a month to go and then do that registration. The NIA has not mobilized and gone to the fields yet. So when are they going to do all of this? So some of us, since 2016 have had the argument that, look, we say the register has a problem, and then our best bet is to get a national ID card, which will be more credible enough to be used. So if we need a new register at all, why don't we wait until we sort ourselves out with a national ID card? So that I have my card, you have your card. So when you go to the EC's registration center, we can now be assured of a credible register.
Why do you think that they are so adamant to keep this? And I'll read the caption of the Daily Guide's editorial. Very interesting. Let me show it to the camera for the camera to see. It says, finally, all set for a new role. Yeah, I think you can see it here. Finally, all set for a new role. And it goes on to say, it's a matter of joy that as we advance gradually in an election management from the opaque ballot boxes to photo affixed register, we are now about to enter a new age of modern IT-driven voter management system, under which an EC commissioner cannot do illegal transfer of data. Those names cannot find their way onto the voters register overnight. So there seems to be, this excitement around. What do you think is driving this?
There's really no excitement. When in 2012, they asked us to discard our voter ID cards and go for the biometric system, these were the same arguments that were advanced. In 2016, they started advancing a new argument, and then that's carried on to this day. So I don't think there's anything so different from what we have with the biometric system. There's nothing. I think if there's anything, it would be the source document. And if you have problems with the source document now, you have guarantors. If I can go and then we have 2 elders of a community, for instance, they say there are Togolese on our register. So if 2 elders of, let's say, K2 South can go and vouch for a person to go and vote or have their names taken onto the registration system, how many of us can be sure that they are truly Ghanaians or not? How can that mischief which we are talking about be cured by these guarantors? We are not saying these guarantors are angels. They also have their biases and the problems that for me, that's my problem.
You're drawing a link between the party in office and the commissioner.
Yes, I have said that in my write-up. I don't believe, as I sit here, I don't think what the MPP said when they were in opposition, that when we come, we are going to change this. And if you want to know whether the EC is independent, ask yourself, if Charlotte Osei were still in office as the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, do you think this would have gone through, this new registration?
Well, the arguments being made for it are that the system is obsolete. So perhaps, if Charlotte Osei were taking decisions, they would have come to that point that, look, it's a machinery issue, the systems are obsolete, and so you have to...
I don't think so. They wanted to use that same register for the district level elections and other things. They even use it for the referendum and others. So when they talk about the fact that some equipment needs to be changed, I agree. If they say we need to procure more, as they have done in every election. But I fail to understand why a poor country like Ghana would from time to time throw the entire register away and then get a new one at so much cost to the state.
So there's even that element of cost to the state?
The element of cost is a problem. We also know that when it is time for election, a few months to the election, the temperature of the nation heightens. In 2012, you know what happened? This Kill Guns and Kill Airways comment by Kennedy Japan was made in relation to the registration. The assault on Eslawusu and others.
Which is what spurred the Kill Gas and Kill Airways.
Yes. So all of these things happen. We hear of gunshots and all of that. So we all know that it is not very safe and wise to wait till a few months to the election when the temperature is already high for people to now open the register and all of that. By now, the easy should be done.
Right. We are still live on Beyond the Headlines here on Prime Morning with me, Daniel Dazi. In the studio with us, Manasseh Azria-Winnie. Like I said earlier, Philip Osei-Bones, the host of Echo C, saying is joining us via Zoom very shortly before the conversation ends. Now, Manasseh, I want us to quickly take a look at this COVID in Parliament issue that came up. We saw the Honorable Muntaka Mubrak make that statement immediately after, you know, the Parliament, Kate Ado or Seiche Mensah Bonsu also said that Star FM report is wrong. What do you make of this back and forth that went on over MPs testing positive? First of all, is it, excuse my language, is it such a big deal that an MP tests positive for COVID?
For me, it's not a big deal. The MPs are human beings like us. They are not superhuman, they are not machines. So they can test positive. Across the world, we've had world leaders, including a British Prime Minister, also Boris Johnson, testing positive. We've had Ghana's ambassador to the United Kingdom, Papa Usan Kuma, testing positive. Later we're told he underwent treatment, and by the grace of God, he recovered.
Yeah.
So MPs are just human as us, so they are exposed to the risk we are exposed, and because they even have to deal with their constituents. If somebody wants to see the MP, and then if somebody wants to see me, I can decide not to see the person. But for our MPs, it's a different thing. You go to their homes and then their benches, people are queuing to see them both at Parliament and even in their constituencies and in their homes. So they are exposed to this risk. So for me, I don't think there's any big deal if they test positive. My problem with the Parliament is how they try to manage the situation. I don't want you to come out and tell me that MP A or MP B has tested positive. It is their right. If I test positive, I can decide to keep it to myself.
Exactly.
For whatever reason.
Exactly.
I can decide to let it out. And for some, it may not be the fear of stigmatization, but you have family members getting worried, calling, and then you may not even have the
frame of mind.
Yes, the right atmosphere to go through the treatment. So